Okay, everyone. Hope everyone is having a lovely day. Okay, good. Closed caption is working. Seems like everything is working. Yes, good, good, good. Okay, everyone, we're gonna go feed the chicken. Let me spin the camera around so you guys can see me, because isn't that what you're here for, some of you? What's up, guys? So we're gonna feed the chickens. Oh, let's see. Current temperature it is 72 degrees. Let's peek up at the sky, because some of you would like to see my beautiful sky, beautiful big fluffy clouds. Nice, lovely, lovely day. It's a lovely, I think it's Friday. Lovely Friday. Wish I could say it was a good Friday, but it's just a lovely Friday. Chemtrail right there. Yay. So today is just one of those farm days. So Lisa's not feeling good. So again, I will be doing all the chores. I gotta get some stuff planted in the garden. I was gonna do a bee inspection today. That's not happening. And the crazy news is there's something going on in the barn. There is a pest in the barn that has got rid of all of my guineas. So for the first time in like 12 years, I don't have any guineas. So, but that's farm life for you. That is farm life for you. I need to get in here. If I do sound exhausted, guys, I am not feeling that well. My foot hurts. I've got so much going on. The barn is an absolute mess, so I'm sorry about it being an absolute mess. But you guys get to see how it really is sometimes. And this is one of those times that's just... I got to figure everything out, guys. I got to figure out why. For years and years and years and years and years, we had Sylvia the pig, and she did an awesome job of keeping a lot of predators away. And maybe we would lose an animal here or there, but nothing that's, coming in and killing all of our... I mean, the fact that something killed all of our guineas still just blows my mind. It's something I don't understand, because guineas, if it was killing all of my animals, I would understand, but it got my ducks that ran around, and it got my guineas, which my guineas usually hang out right up there. So I don't know. I just don't understand. With everything else going on right now, I don't even have the bandwidth in my brain. I don't even have the bandwidth in my brain to be able to, properly deal with it either. And I feel bad about that, because there's just so much stuff I've been thinking about. There's so much stuff that's going on right now. That I don't even know what direction to go in. So this is definitely one of those times when having a lot of control for yourself and doing a lot of things yourself just makes things harder. So you guys are going to get anybody that's watching this, you're going to get a very raw, honest opinion on things, because that's how I feel today. I just feel it's a very raw day. I don't even want to say real, because just because I'm feeling bad today and just because there's stuff that's bad, it's not necessarily real life. It's just today. And some days are fine and everything is good, and other days are just extra annoying, and just I don't know how to handle sometimes. So It's just, I don't know. It stays like this sometimes that I just get frustrated with. I just get frustrated with how much work everything is. I get frustrated with like not knowing how to solve issues. I get frustrated with how much work stuff is by myself, and it's and me by myself is Lisa has her own set of stuff that she does. That is a little different than mine, and I have my own set of stuff, you know. And it's not that we're not good teammates, because when we work together and we have stuff that goes well together, it's great. It's just sometimes there's just things that aren't Lisa projects, and they're me projects. And sometimes those projects are just too much for just me, and they are stuff that Lisa necessarily can't do, or I can't explain it well enough to Lisa to have her help me. Because, you know, I have a lot of weaknesses myself, and one of my biggest weaknesses is sometimes working with other people on projects that are mine, that I'm the lead of, and with people that I don't have. Some people I'm really good at working with, and other people I am just not always good. Like, I have a couple friends that I just never was good at working with, and I have other friends that we just worked really well together. Me and Lisa don't work well together on some projects. And so, for the sake of our sanity, it's best that we don't work on projects like that together. It's just, the downfall is sometimes those are the projects that need to get done. And not having help is absolutely tiring. And the thing is I also need someone that has the ability to be able to help me and know how to keep me from getting completely distracted. Because as much as I want to say, oh, you know what, I just need to grow the fuck up and be able to deal with it myself, I can't sometimes. Like, sometimes I've tried, and I'm not using ADD as an excuse, but there are times that I can try and that ADD just wins. I mean, you guys know how much I hate pharmaceuticals. You guys have probably heard me complain about it a lot. Oh, come on, buddy. Buddy, no. No, come here. God damn it, chicken, come on. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, right. So the baby chicken got out. I had to catch this baby chicken, because if I don't catch this baby chicken, then bad things will occur. Yeah. Another one of those super frustrating times. To the point where I just want to throw my arms. I just sometimes just don't know. Not that it was a big deal, but like, because of whatever, because I don't know how to deal with the stuff that's happening here, I have to make sure that baby chicken doesn't run around, because if baby chicken ran around too much, unlike in the past where I could handle everything just fine because things were doing okay, if I let that baby chicken run around too much, the rats are going to mess with it. Because for some god fucking reason, I don't know why, like the last couple years, everything I try, I can't keep the rat population in check. And yeah, you're going to tell me, it's cool, guys. Thanks for all the tips that you guys want to give me. And I am more than happy to listen to all the tips. But I can't use poison because I have other animals. And I'm not killing my animals. I'm not killing my animals by using poison, by doing it the lazy way. So I have some birth control stuff that works for the rats. It does a wonderful job. And it keeps everybody in check. It's just not quite enough. And I don't know. For 10 years, I didn't have to deal with this. Maybe even longer than 10 years. And then all of a sudden, like when they started closing down all the shops, they started closing everything down. It just, I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to deal with why the rats became so crazy. So, Hiking Joe! Hello, welcome to the Let's Feed the Chickens, my frustration feed, because I am absolutely frustrated today. Dealing with, just not feeling like dealing with everything. So, just one of those days. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So, and not every day's like this. Most days are not. Most days are just fine. Most days are good. Today just happens to be one of those days that's kind of caught up to me. So, and I'm just kind of you know, it's one of the things I have to say. At least the way as a, I'm gonna just we'll just go with it. As a male who's a farmer, and as someone who is a fairly genuinely healthy person, as a male, and maybe this isn't fair. Maybe there's females out there that exist as well, but I'm just gonna say this how I feel. So. Yeah, no, Viking Joe, that is chicken drama is actually just as irritable. The having to deal with all the chicken drama is always annoying. I absolutely agree, especially when you have roosters that just don't want to get. I mean, that's part of the problem that we had here. The whole reason we had to separate some of our roosters that led to them getting eaten is because we had to separate them because they decided that they were just going to fight. They were going to fight with everybody else. So, yeah. But anyways, what I was saying about being a dude and farming and having animals. And like I said, I'm just giving you my personal experience, and I'm not, being this, but with the way I am. How about this? As a dude, as a dude, is that the chores have to get done, like regardless of how I feel. So I know, and with Lisa, I can't blame her because she gets migraines to the point where she can't even like walk around or move or anything like that. But like, it's one of those things sometimes that I don't think people realize that about the homesteading is gardening, farming, homesteading. Like, you don't get a break. Like, you just don't. I mean, I can leave my house now because I don't have a pig that I worry about getting out. But on the same aspect, like, I still, being gone for too long, you still have tons of other things to worry about. Like, if I ask someone else, if I burden someone else with the wanting to help me raise animals, wanting to feed everyone, well, I've got everything set up pretty well. It's still just a burdening of other people that I'm just not someone that likes to burden other people. Not good with that thing. One of the things I can definitely say, you guys got to see the rats run around. How fun! One of the things I say is that my blue collar Midwest upbringing definitely brainwashed me in some ways that I found later in life definitely has negative connotations to that. And that's the don't ask for help and work hard. And the only person you can count on is yourself. And we shouldn't have to live in a world that's like that. We do live in a world that's like that, but we shouldn't have to. We should be able to do a lot more things with sharing and, working together in more community. And I'm starting to make new friends that are more community-based people and more sharing. It's just, I'm actually part of the problem when it comes to that. That's what I'm recognizing is that I have friends that want to help and are great people. it just, I don't feel like asking them or burdening them because I feel, yeah, I feel like by asking for help, I feel like I become the burden. I feel like I am just not good enough at things. You know, I'm slacking at what I do. And so that in turn, you know, makes it hard for me to participate in community if I'm not the one, you know, kind of doing. And it's kind of, you know, in some ways that's a very selfish thing. If I'm selfishly always helping and not asking for help. I know that sounds backwards. Well, maybe it doesn't sound backwards to you. Maybe that's also part of the problem is that it sounds backwards to me. And it's not a backwards concept. It's how things are supposed to be. But yeah, just, I don't know, guys. Frustrating day. I'm just still frustrated. I'm still frustrated that I lost all the guineas. And it's not, you know, and I think some people might not understand that in some ways, but the reason it's frustrating is because it says a lot about me as a person, is that I take it extremely personal when I lose my animals here on the farm. Because what that means is it means that I did a shitty job as the steward of my animals, is that I did such a shitty job that I could not keep my animals alive. And so, and that's just, it's extremely frustrating because, I mean, yeah, sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do. Sometimes just animals, sometimes predators just get in and that's just the nature of the beast. And I get it. But like, multiple days in a row is when I really just start feeling like I don't know. I thought I did a couple things every day and I thought what I did was enough. It obviously wasn't. And so I don't know. I don't even know if I can explain it to folks. If you have animals, I think you might understand. If you don't, I don't think you can. And then the other problem is exactly what I'm experiencing right now, is that Lisa is the one that usually handles some of our jerry fucking rigged cages, and we need to stop jerry rigging fucking cages. And Lisa's the one that knows how to jerry rig cages. And knowing how to jerry rig a cage means that you know how to put the things back on so that they stay on right, so that animals can't get in there and bother you. And I don't know, and you know, God bless her for being so awesome at jerry rigging shit. I'm not. Well, I'm good at jerry rigging shit. I just don't know her jerry rig, which did figure it out. But so you guys don't get to see me very frustrated very often. So those of you that are actually tuning in, you get to see you get to see like a very raw, frustrated version of me that most people don't get to see, because I'm usually pretty chill. I'm not usually very frustrated. Frustration doesn't usually bother me too much. I can usually be patient with things and just let most things just go. It's cool. No worries, guys. Today, not one of those days. I mean, not that it does any good to be frustrated. But one of the things I have to say is, out of all the personal growth work that I've done, I'm starting to get better. I'm starting to understand the concept of sometimes just letting the emotion come through and letting it cycle through. And if the emotion is frustration, or the emotion is pretty much anything, just let it burn through. Repressing it and holding it down, it doesn't do you or anybody else any good. You know, I love the woo-woo stuff. I love every aspect of it. I would love to be a practitioner of the woo, being able to find the people that, you know, want to go for forest hikes and want to take out in the woods and help and, you know, deal with all that stuff. I would love to do that. I just think maybe choosing Appalachia to live was not I gave myself the harder level. I picked the harder place to try to learn that kind of stuff. That's okay. There's no woe is me here. There's no anything bad. I am a blessed an absolute blessed individual. My life is genuinely spectacular compared to other things that I can think of in the world, or even my life in the past. My life is luxurious. But man, sometimes, whew, it's just days like today. Just days that just not going in the direction that I'd like them to go. So, anyways, I know, guys, I'm throwing a lot on you, and any of you guys that choose not to stay and just are passing through to say hi, thanks for passing through and staying hi, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to stick around as listening to me just explain the tough parts of having a life that you control. Oh, I lost my little fluffy thing. So I had a little fluffy thing on this, and I have no idea where I lost it at. Yeah, I'm ready for the hot coming. I'm ready. I got the hot is it's not too bad today. What did I say? It was 82. So 82, not too bad today. Not too bad. I expect the hot to be here soon. I mean, it's only June. We got July. We got July and August, which are normally our hottest months. I don't know why TTS isn't working. I wish it was. It'd make it easier for me. That's the other thing. I'm just gonna swear. We're just talking about things here. And it's me. So it's not any of the software or anything that I use. It's always me. It's sometimes I don't understand why, as techie as I am, as much as I understand software, why sometimes software just throws me for loops. And I don't know why it does some of the stuff that it does. I love trying to figure out why things are broken. What I don't like trying to do is figure out why something's broken while I'm in the middle of trying to do something else. Anyways, regardless, anybody that's in the chat, if I'm missing your chat, I am sorry. I would love to read and interact with all of your chats. Interacting with everybody chats is one of the key important things that I like doing. So if you had a question for me or you had another comment that I missed, write it again. Don't feel bad about spamming it or writing things or, repeating yourself. While I know it's annoying for you, it's not annoying for me because I can end up seeing it appear up there in the corner and be able to read it again. And I'd leave it all on the screen, but I find that really annoying for anybody that wants to watch, who wants to see the same words regularly being said on the screen, where at least if you pop it up, it'll disappear, and so not as quite annoying. But yeah, the hot is coming. The hot is coming. But going back to the whole woo thing, like, I love the esoteric. I love the woo. I think it's so much fun. Like, out of all the silly things that us humans, we talk about and we think about and we focus our energy in, the trying to be a better version of you and trying to enjoy this body, this fleshy machine that we live in, this avatar of sorts, this choice that we made, this game that we picked, why we don't focus more on like doing cool things with our body and hanging out with the cool other players that are playing here with us. And we get so frustrated with like, we want to get angry and mad and we just want to fight when we could be having like parties and enjoying everybody and like having super tasty food and wonderful conversation and like doing awesome stuff together with other people. But instead we pick the hard level. We pick the argument. And don't get me, I am not saying that I'm a saint to any of this. I'm just as bad. I don't practice what I preach anywhere near enough. I'm trying to get better. Life had taught me. It kicked me in the ass the last couple of years to teach me to. Maybe I don't even know if life teaching me, if it's just me teaching me to remind myself about things. And then I forget. And then I remind myself. So things that you guys, things to remind yourself every day, even on frustrating days like today where you are just frustrated. You only get so many of these in this body that we're playing in, and this body that we're playing in, this fleshy machine, it breaks pretty easy. There's lots of ways to break this fleshy machine. And when we're in our tutorial level, it's when you're kids and even into your 20s. When you're in tutorial level, you don't realize that when the tutorial level's over, the game gets harder. And then, you know, and then as we get older, and I'm not even complaining that like aches and pains. It's not even aches and pains. It's just the fact that we forget that our bodies can do certain cool things, and then so we don't do them for a while, and then we lose that memory. You know, just like playing a game, you lose a little bit of the controls that you have on things, and so we forget what the controls do, and then we don't use those, and then not using them means that when we do them, they become harder, and because, you know, us humans were naturally lazy creatures. If you don't think you're lazy, there's something you're lazy at. You're mentally lazy, you're physically lazy, or there's something that you're lazy at. It's just kind of the default setting of humans, which is fine. Just fine. It's good to be. If we weren't lazy, we'd probably burn ourselves out by being little working machines. And we're not. We're not little machines. There's nothing about us that's a machine. But I don't remember where I was going with there. It's lost. Gone. It'll come back. So, but yeah, so I'd love to just do the esoteric, the woo-woo, all of that kind of fun stuff. Just talk about that all day. Just do all that kind of stuff. But one of the things that I have noticed, and I'm going to point at all of you and myself, is that we seem to tend, human nature seems to tend towards drama, gossip, politics. Like, you know, depending on what site you're watching this on, if you're watching this on Pilled or Rumble, you know, you're stopping in here because you're just kind of curious what I was talking about. And then you're going to how woke the left is and how they're a horrible, bad group of people. And if you're one of my liberal friends, one of my friends that are on the right, they're going to be bitching about MAGA and how whatever, bitch about MAGA. And, you know, I absolutely miss, one thing I miss about the 90s is in the 90s, one of the things that we knew how to separate it. Like, I really like the George Strait song, you know? You don't talk about religion, politics, or her. Like, I don't know, I don't wish, because wishing attracts things like jinns, and jinns are mischievous creatures, maybe related to fairies, maybe not related to fairies, I don't know. But jinns are mischievous creatures, and when you ask for wishes, jinns appear. And you got to be careful with those jinns. And again, fun esoteric things. You guys can all think I'm absolutely crazy. You can think that this is insane, and that's fine. I know what I know, and I've experienced what I've experienced. And maybe, even though we share what seems to be the same realm, we could be actually playing completely different games. So I explained to my younger friends, it could be like we're all playing Fortnite, except for I'm playing Battle Royale, and you're playing a creative game. Probably more like you're playing Battle Royale and I'm playing a creative game. But, you know, that could be how it is. So we understand the structure that we're playing the same game, but we're actually not playing the same game. Hence the reason why I can see things, and I believe in things like jinns and fairies, and you may have more of a Christian-based belief system that doesn't allow things like that to occur. So, You know, it's funny sometimes. I'm going to say this because it's very controversial. That's how I feel sometimes. There are days that there's so much going on in the world that I just wish, wishing again, making that mistake with saying wish. There are days that it would be really interesting if we were back in the COVID era, when things was a little bit simpler. And that sounds ridiculous to say. It sounds so weird in my head. But like, you know what? We knew who the enemy was during COVID. We knew who the bad people were. We knew what we were worried about. And there is something really nice about knowing thy enemy, instead of the enemy being just some, whatever that word is that I can't think of. No, when you can't. The word is when you can't see things. Ethereal, something like that. Some ethereal bad guy out there. At least with COVID, we knew it was a government and or a virus. It was just easy. And while there were stupid rules, we could all dislike those rules. We could all be like, yeah, fuck the rules, man. Where right now, it just feels like bad guys are winning. And it just feels like nature's dorking out. And it just feels like losing. What's up, Honey Club TV? And no, it's not. It just feels like that. As a hopeful optimist, as a hopeful pessimist, because I think that's probably what I am. I'm a hopeful pessimist. As a hopeful pessimist, I think that we can lots of cool things. You know what? You don't watch me do this. Let's flip over to this one so you guys can watch the bunnies while I feed these particular bunnies, because probably more entertaining than watching me do what I'm kind of doing. Just stick you right in here. Bring the camera down. And the bunnies. And so, as a hopeful optimist, as a hopeful pessimist, whatever, yeah. Again, that's why I like to talk about the woo. So some of you maybe not even really heard me talk about woo. But if you don't know what woo-woo is like the esoteric. Woo-woo is like your religion. It's like your faith. It's like your belief system. It's all that fun things. It's all of those fun things like that. Like, your afterlife, or, what's written in the stars, or, how to clean your aura. I think that kind of stuff is so much fun to talk about because it's extremely personal. You can't really prove any of it right or wrong. And it doesn't really hurt to talk about. Like, what's the big deal? Like, if I 10x my aura, because, I decided that I was going to, focus on some meditation. That's just cool. No one can really be mad at me because it's like, a personal experience. So that's why I think that kind of stuff is just really fun to talk about. And it's hard, it's a tough, strong subject to talk about. And also a little feminine. And, in this over-feminized world, and we live in an over-feminized world, so the problem with that is an over-feminized world means that as a dude, you want to feel like you need to be masculine and manly and tell people what to do. But the truth is you want the balance, and the balance is hard in this world that we live in, because, you're gonna get suckered into believing the bullshit, like the lone wolf bullshit, that you can handle everything by yourself. And as the camera fell over, I have no idea why. You're gonna, believe in all. You're gonna get caught up in believing the bullshit. As a man, you can do things by yourself, and you don't need nothing. You don't need anybody else. When the truth is, you can't do shit by yourself. Like, yeah, you can trick yourself, but you know what? I'm gonna ask all my men friend here. So, can you kill an animal by yourself? Can you, without your phone, without your internet, without shoes, without any of that kind of, can you find a stick? And can you find a rock, and can you take that rock and that stick and grind it down to make a spear, and then take that spear and kill that deer? And then after killing that deer, then being able to find something to be able to skin it effectively. Then be able to start your own fire. Then after you start your own fire and kill that deer and all that kind of stuff without tools. We're not talking about tools, because if you buy a tool, if you use a knife, someone else made that. So that's someone else's hard work, someone else's labor. They gave you that. You didn't do it on your own. And then you do all that. You start the fire, you eat that kind of stuff, and then you figure out how to put clothes on your body. Can you do it? I mean, you might be able to, but boy, does that kind of sound miserable. I mean, could I do every one of those things I just said? I could. I have the skill set. I don't like killing. Actually, I'm pretty much against killing. But if I absolutely had to, could I? Oh, hell yeah, I could. I'm positive I could. I just don't like it. And I live in a civilized world, so I'm probably not going to. But I just want you guys to think about, all that kind of stuff. Is when you think about living, in a cabin on the woods with internet, like some of the shit that you need to build that cabin required other people. The internet requires other people. And so we are a community-based people. And if we just recognize that community-basedness of us more often, we could do so many cooler things. Like, there are things that I'm good at, and there are things that I absolutely suck at. And I hate doing the stuff I suck at. But I haven't built a community yet. Now I'm going to keep saying it yet, because I have faith that one day I will. But I haven't built a community yet to be able to achieve that I focus on the shit that I'm good at, and other people focus on the shit that they're good at. I mean, getting closer. We get closer all the time. But there we go, digressing. I don't even know where this conversation's going. It's just the flow. You guys are just following along. You guys are just following along with the mental flow that goes in my head. If any of you guys have not heard the music when you join, if you are a new follower here to any of my channels, you will hear the following music it's a song called The Funny Farm. And I'll be happy to see those nice white men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away. Ha ha. Ha ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I personally picked that song. I picked that song on purpose, because that is how I feel a lot of times. I feel like my life is a funny farm. And those that choose to come enjoy it with me have to experience the silliness, all of that. And silliness is sometimes good. There's nothing wrong with enjoying some aspects of the silliness. It's just other times, man. Other times. Just crazy. Like today. I'd love to be interacting with everyone. If my TTS worked, I could interact with everyone that made comments. But something I'm doing is making it so I cannot read or hear chat, which in turn means having the TTS. It's pointless. Not really pointless, because Vampire Froggy, Overrun, Live Joiner, A lot of hard work on that, so I can at least see chat, so it's not pointless. He did all the hard work so that I can reap the benefits of his hard work and labor. But when I don't know how to use my tools appropriately, that's when it becomes silly. Silly and pointless. Right, chickens? Right. Okay. I've given everybody food. I've given everybody water. I think we're going to peek at the bees for just a second, but I think we are good. So let's go peek at the bees. Give everybody some more tasty food and go from there. I have to get the water. One more to take. Bring one more water in here. It's getting hot outside, guys. It'll be interesting. I forgot all about the music playing in here, and I'm curious if the YouTubes will say no music. You are a bad person. Hopefully they will. Okay, everybody's fed and watered. You're good to go, because I think I'm going to go in and... Oh, wait, I got to put this water in here. Don't want to forget this water. Gimbling is gimbling. Okay, let me spin the camera around. Okay. So yeah, this is what Let's Feed the Chickens are normally like. I don't usually have things planned. They're very chaotic. I will be uploading all of them. They all should be uploaded on the interwebs soon. I'll have them all up on my YouTube channel. So if you're following us on YouTube, they'll all be up on my YouTube channel. And they will all be up on the Rumble channel. So here's the beehive that I need to go through to see if there's a split, because I split these. I think tomorrow, weather permitting, we will go and check out to see if we have a queen in there. Because we might. It might have been queened, which will be good. This is a nice hive. This is a very functional, good functional, happy hive. It's doing very well. We went through that one the other day. I should probably go through that one. I probably won't go through it tomorrow, but I'll probably go through that hive rather soon. Rather soon. And then this is my third hive, and it's a very interesting one. So I'm going to put the camera, I need to get the camera back working on it. It actually has a camera inside of it too. I need to get that up and working. And it's got a front door and a back door. These guys are really interesting. This is a very, very chaotic hive. So, yeah, so let's see right here so I can see. A handful of people watching. So, anyways, thanks guys for tagging along, joining me in my chores. It is nice. It is nice to have something else to focus my brain on when I do my chores instead of just doing all the chores. As someone with ADD, I have realized it's really easy. It's beneficial for me to have multiple things going on in my brain, at least two things. If I have two things going on in my brain, it makes it easier to focus on both of those so that I can actually get things accomplished. Because if I just have one thing on my brain, then it lets my brain go and wander off in all the different directions to the point where I just don't do as good a job with the one that I should. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to head in. Oh, by the way, before we head in, I'll show you my beautiful, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So, anyways, friends, it's Doc. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend coming up. I think today's Friday, so enjoy your weekend. And I'll probably play some video games tonight. We're going to start doing classes soon. I just don't know when we're going to start doing classes. I need to get my act together. So anyways, friends, thanks everyone for coming in, hanging out. All of you over on Pilled, all of you on Blaze and Valera and YouTube and Rumble. And by the way, guys, if you aren't on Rumble, follow me on Rumble. Or if you are on Rumble, follow me on Rumble, X Factor Firefly, or Doc Mavis, or Mavis Pharmacy. All of those. Follow me on Rumble. Next month, I need some chatter, so just type in a thumbs up, a hey, a what's up. It'd be awesome. Anyways, see you guys all a little later. It's Doc.